Let's talk Marvel. Everyone loves Marvel now. You can't go a week without hearing someone say the letters MCU, which stands for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You know, those movies with Captain America, the Avengers, Iron Man, Captain Marvel, and I'm sure I forgot a few others. But Marvel's really huge now, but they were playing catch up with DC, at least in the toy department at one time. Now see, DC was doing toys really early on, at least with Superman. They even had Superman 10 toys in the 1950s. But it would take Marvel until 1968 to catch up with DC Comics when it comes to toys. And then by the 70s, thanks to companies like Flintwood and Mego, Marvel was right there with DC, making some of the coolest action figures and toys of the 70s. And of course we had Marvel in the 80s, and a lot of Marvel in the 90s. But today we're going to look at the very first Marvel toys released in 1968 by a company called Marx, who did a lot of tin toys, a lot of wind-up toys, and even some plastic small unpainted like army men type toys. Now when it comes to Marvel, there was a lot of characters you could make, but I guess Marx just didn't want to pay for each character, or maybe they just felt, hey, these are the three main characters, who cares about the others? I'm not really sure why, but it's always Captain America, Thor, and Spiderman. I know you're saying, aren't you going to tell us about Fantastic Four toys? Yes, tomorrow for the noon video, we're going to look at the first line of Fantastic Four toys. But that wasn't 1968, and that wasn't by Marx, so let's get back to the Marvel ones we're talking about today. Let's look at the wind-up toys. Again, only three different characters. Captain America, Spider-Man, and the mighty Thor. Let's look at the wind-up toy for Captain America. And here it is. As you can see, it's not that great looking. It looks like a big hunk of blue plastic with a shield. But you do wind them up and they do walk around. Now if you ask me, the Thor one here looks a lot like a girl I went to school with back in 1983. But nope, that's not Esther. That's the mighty Thor. And there he is in the box. As you can see, the box didn't really change. Hey, they're trying to save money here. And you can't do Marvel without doing Spider-Man. So here's the wind-up toy of Spider-Man. I'm not really sure what he's doing with his hand. One looks like he's holding his rib cage. Who knows, maybe he just got punched in the gut by Dr. Doom. And the other one's, I guess, kind of making a fist. Maybe he's saying, "Oh, Green Goblin, I'm gonna get you." Now you have to admit, these toys don't look as fun or as exciting as maybe toys we had in the late 70s and 80s, or the Marvel toys of the 90s. But there's something about these that I just love. They are classic vintage toys from the 60s. Metal, wind up. They look like a work of art. Now that we've got the figures out of the way, how do the Marvel action figures get around? We're not talking Superman here. Spider-Man can't fly, although he can swing. But they have to be buildings or trees around, or there's nowhere to attach his webs to. What about Thor? Can't fly either. Captain America? Good try, no cape. So let's look at how the Marvel figures got around, at least in the Marx Toy universe. They used a scooter, and here's the Captain America yellow scooter. I like that he keeps his shield on his side. You never know when you're going to need a shield riding a scooter. You might end up riding this thing in the deep south, and you have a lot of gnats in your face. And here's Thor. You know, pink scooter. That's right, Thor on a pink scooter. You know what they say, riding a scooter is like making love to a fat woman. It's a whole lot of fun, but you don't want anyone to see you riding it. Well, hopefully you won't see Thor again on a little pink scooter. But before you laugh at him too hard, yep, Spider-Man had a scooter too. And yep, it was a pink scooter also. Probably the same scooter. I guess they just borrowed it on the weekends. Now, I don't know what's with his chest plate here. It's very odd looking. I don't know why his chest is built like that. Maybe it has something to do with the weight of the figure. I'm not really sure, but it's really odd looking. Now you're saying, Junkman, my Marvel heroes can't ride around on pink scooters all the time. They have to be other ways for them to get around. Invisible jets maybe? That's a good one, but not for Mark. You can't do a toy of a wind-up invisible jet because you wouldn't be able to see it. So how else did the Marvel action figures get around in the Marx Toy universe? But when the scooter was broken down, they jumped aboard their tricycle. And here it is, Captain Marvel tricycle. I like that his shield is now a little bell on the back. But you wind him up and he drives his little tricycle. Now these boxes here seem to be one box, where one box has Captain America on it. You flip the box over, it has Thor on it. Look at the side of it, it has Spider-Man. How you knew which one you're going to get, really not sure. Because you can see here, Thor, the box looks the same. Maybe there's some kind of marking on the box, I can't tell. But you can see Thor's on the same tricycle. So really all they changed around was the figure. And here's the Spider-Man on his tricycle also. Again, the same tricycle. As you can see, all three have webs on the wheel to indicate Spider-Man, but it has the bell on the back that looks like Captain America, but I'm not really sure what represents Thor. Maybe the handlebar? I don't know, it doesn't look like a hammer. But I guess to save money, they all bought the same tricycle and would just borrow it from time to time. But sometimes a tricycle just couldn't get to where you were going fast enough. And that scooter, the battery died too quick. So you had to get something fast, something powerful to get you to where the adventure was. So, what did you get? A tin wind-up car. Here's Captain America again in his car, and it says Thor on the side of it. But on the hood is Captain America. Now, it was very hard for me to find a picture of the Captain America in the tin car. This was the only one I could find. And believe me, I looked for over 3 minutes for this thing, so it must be pretty rare. Here's Thor again. As you can tell, the car again is the same like the tricycle. And here's Thor, and he looks very worried. I'm not sure why he's so worried. Maybe he damaged the family tricycle, or maybe he's still feeling bad for being laughed at for having a pink scooter. Whatever the reason, he sure does look sad. And here's Spider-Man in the same car again, and this one looks like he's stuck in traffic. Don't it? Be honest with me. Let me know in the comments. He looks like he's stuck in traffic, doesn't he? Come on, you know what I'm saying. But that's a look at the first time Marvel came to a toy store near you, thanks to the Marx Toy Company. Whew, these look really exciting, and although it's funny seeing Thor on a pink scooter, and I guess Spider-Man on one also, but it's just more funnier seeing Thor on a pink scooter. But these look really well done and really great. Anyone that collects Marvel stuff or toys, this would be a great addition to their collection. I wouldn't mind to have that Spider-Man tricycle. I think that would look really cool in the junk room. Now, how much are these worth today? I couldn't really find a number to lock it down. They're rare. I didn't really see any that sold on eBay that gave me a price list. But out of everything, it seems the wind-up figures are the easiest to find. The cars and the tricycles, even loose, you're going to end up paying hundreds of dollars. And I'm talking the high hundreds, I believe. And when it comes to these tin toys, I'm sure condition's going to play a lot into that value. Being that these were released in 1968, aimed for kids to play with, to wind up and bump into each other, probably finding them in good condition with the paint not rubbed off, it's probably hard to do. Finding one like new, that's probably going to be a lot of work. Well, I want to show these to you because I thought they looked really neat, and I would love to hear what you think about these. Be it a Marvel fan, be it a Spider-Man fan, a Thor fan, or even a Captain America fan. I think these look really neat. Let me know what you think of these and more in the comments below. And until the Fantastic Four video tomorrow, noon time, until then, thumbs up on my content, subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk again soon.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.